You are now listening to Universally Controversial.
All right, so here we are, episode 3 of Universally Controversial. I'm in outside. I'm outside in San Diego. It's a beautiful day outside, so I decided I wanted to do an outside podcast. Um, the sun is out, the water's behind me, white people are running. I'm the only black person here, so it's all the makings of a fucking horror movie. So I'm probably gonna die first, right? Uh, Speaking of which, let me bust that myth right now. Black people are not always the first person to die in a horror movie. It's always either a couple that was fucking, or like some white bitch that's running through the fucking the woods or some shit. I will say, black people always die eventually. We never make it to the end. It's just not a thing. It's unless the entire cast is black, there's not gonna be a black person making it to the end. You know what I'm saying? So, but we are not the first ones to die. I just wanted to bust that myth right there. Um, let's talk about all the things that have happened since last week's episode. I'm staying in a hotel right now because I had a leak in my fucking house. So I've been in a hotel for a week. Still got another week to go before they fix my shit. But they're paying for it, so I don't really care. Everything's free. If it wasn't free, I wouldn't be staying in this fucking hotel. No, I'd have stayed in the house with the leak. I'd have been swimming in my fucking house. I don't care. NBA, the sporting world is like getting crazy because there's no fucking sports. So the NBA, what they've been trying to do is play like classic games that they think people want to fucking see. However, they're playing games that nobody wants to fucking see. Like, I don't want to see Jason Kidd versus Steve Nash in a double overtime regular season game. I don't. Like, they played the Derrick Rose 50-point game. Okay, that's cool. But I don't want to see Steve Nash and Jason Kidd play. Only hardcore fans of those players want to see them play. Show me some real fucking classic games. Give me goddamn Dominique and MJ in fucking slam dunk contest. Give me Vince Carter slam dunk contest. Give me Vince Carter versus Allen Iverson 2001 in the Eastern Conference Finals. Give me the 2002-2003 NBA Finals with the New Jersey Nets. Like the 2002-2003 New Jersey Nets were a fucking squad. Jason Kidd, Kenyon Martin, a young Richard Jefferson. Man, they were Lob City before there was a Lob City. Like, they was jumping out the fucking gym with Jason Kidd just to pass him the ball because we know he wasn't a scorer. But they were a great fucking team for a few years. The only problem is they ran into two teams that were just the best of their generations. And that was the Lakers and the fucking Spurs. Because every year you knew it was going to be the Lakers or the fucking Spurs. Outside of the Mavericks in 06 and the fucking, the Pistons in 04. Outside of them, like, but even that year, the year that the Pistons won, the Lakers made it to the finals. But you just knew that, like, those teams were the best teams. They were the cream of the crop with fucking the Spurs big three and then Shaq and Kobe. Like, nobody was beating them. However, like, you had Allen Iverson 2001, like, the 2001 fucking Lakers could be arguably one of the greatest teams ever assembled. Allen Iverson beat them one game. They were destroying everybody. Allen Iverson by himself beat them in game one. Like, show me those games on NBA on YouTube when you live stream these games. Show me them. Show me the early Spurs. Like, people say the Spurs are boring, but like Manu Ginobili, prime Manu Ginobili with the Euro step was basically unstoppable. Shit, you can show me a prime Dirk and I'll watch them games. Dirk's fadeaway was unstoppable, unguardable. Show me like young LeBron James, show me LeBron versus the Pistons. Show me LeBron versus fucking shit. Show me LeBron versus the Wizards. I don't want to see fucking Jason Kidd and Steve Nash playing each other. Two people that I didn't care about when they were fucking playing. First off, Steve Nash, and don't get me wrong, they're two Hall of Famers, but Steve Nash definitely robbed Kobe of a fucking MVP and robbed Shaq. Shouldn't have got back-to-back. There's no way. Like, because you're putting him in a category with players that he has no business being in a category with, like MJ, Magic, fucking Bird, Tim Duncan. Like, I don't even put Steph Curry in that. Like, Steph Curry back-to-back, I don't even put him in the same category as those players. LeBron, like, those players don't belong. Like, no. I'm sorry. Give me games from a prime Derrick Rose. Like, prime Derrick Rose was nasty. McGrady, give me the 13 points in 33 seconds game with Tracy McGrady. Like, I don't want to see, like, oh shit, I don't want to see fucking Steve Nash and Jason Kidd. I really don't. Two players that just gonna pass the ball. No, I'm good. Shit, give me prime D Wade. D Wade before the Miami Heat with LeBron and Chris Bosh. Well, D Wade probably could have got him an MVP. One of those Steve Nash MVPs, definitely. Definitely should have got one of those. But those are the games we want to see. I want to see some real classics. That's not a classic to me. Give me some prime Darren Williams. Darren Williams and Chris Paul dueling it out. One of those games. People forget how fucking nasty Darren Williams was. His crossover, his shot. Chris Paul could not touch him at that point in time. Chris Paul was real good, but he was not Darren Williams. Before the ankle injuries, Darren Williams was in a class all by himself. Him and Carlos Boozer, the pick and roll, it was like a modern day fucking, like, I don't, like, they definitely weren't their level, but John Stockton and Karl Malone, like that's what it felt like in Utah, because Utah never had nothing that good until Carlos Boozer and Darren Williams. Then you got the NFL. The NFL's not really doing anything. I've just been watching old school games, like, and it always seems to be the Cowboys. Like, the Cowboys losing somehow. I just watched Tony Romo have 6 turnovers in a game and still somehow win against the Buffalo Bills and a young Marshawn Lynch. That's really all I've been watching. But in the NFL, Cam Newton just got released. He's probably gonna go to the Chargers. I think he's gonna go to the Chargers because I don't see Miami picking him up. I wouldn't want to go to Miami just because they don't have anything there for him. The Chargers have an already assembled team that's just missing a quarterback. They might need a running back because they gave up Melvin Gordon. But he's going there, and they said Tyrod Taylor's the starter. They're not really looking for anyone. But Tyrod Taylor, like, he's not going to get a fair shake, especially if Cam gets there. If Cam gets here, Tyrod Taylor's not going to get a fair shake. He hasn't had a fair shake. He didn't even get a fucking fair shake in Buffalo before Josh Allen. They really benched. They were like about to make the playoffs, the playoff push. They benched him for Nathan Peterman, who threw 5 interceptions in the first half. Get the fuck out of here. Tyrod Taylor, because they want a game changer, and Tyrod Taylor's not really a game changer, which is unfortunate for him, but he protects the ball. Think about the 2001 Ravens. Their quarterback wasn't immaculate. The fuck? They had a good defense. They had weapons. They had fucking a running game. They had Jamal Lewis, who could fucking pound the fucking ball, and they had a game managing quarterback. The fucking 2014 Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson was not the quarterback that he is today. They had Marshawn Lynch and the Legion of Boom, and some good complementary receivers, and they won a Super Bowl. The New York Giants in, what was it, 96? Not 96, 97, something like that. Like, no, it wasn't that. I can't remember when they won. But they had a great defense. The 85 Bears, great defense, trash offense. Like, they had an offense, but their defense was their driving force. Like, teams like that. The early Steelers. Terry Bradshaw's numbers are not impressive as a quarterback. He's a Hall of Famer because he has 4 rings, but his numbers are not impressive by any stretch of the imagination. So I think if you put Tyrod Taylor in a system that fits him, like, let's say the Ravens, if you would put him in the Ravens with the year that they won with Joe Flacco was amazing. But if you put Tyrod Taylor in that system with a running back and fucking those receivers and that defense, they still could have won that Super Bowl. You put Tyrod Taylor on the Browns now. I think the Browns would have been better last year if they kept Tyrod Taylor over Baker Mayfield. Yep, I 100% said it. If you put Cam in that system right now, that would be a shocker. If you put Cam in the fucking Brown system right now, with the GM that they have, with the weapons that they have, you have OBJ, Jarvis Landry, Njoku, fucking Hunter Henry, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt. You put Cam with all those, Lamar Jackson will be a thing of the past. I'm sorry. You put that read option there with Nick Chubb, who was basically the top rusher for the entire league for a long time, and then you put in fucking Kareem Hunt, who can catch the ball out of the backfield, and Chubb can catch the ball, but then you have OBJ. They'll always be wide open. But this is if Cam Newton is 100% healthy. If he's not, then he's gonna be a scrub, and I might have to eat my words. But if I'm saying, like, if somehow that the football gods made that happen, like I would watch every fucking snap of the Browns season if they did that. Then you got baseball. Nobody really gives a fuck about baseball right now. It would just be opening day. They'd be like, yeah, I don't even think it'd be opening day. They'd be like 5 games into the season. Like, but by the time this is over, or when it's, suspected to be over, it'll be like it'll be like halfway through the season, so just start the season there, and everyone will hit their mid-season stride into the playoffs, and then the playoffs will be more interesting. Players will be healthy. There won't be anyone getting hurt at the end of the season and stuff like that. They'll be getting healthy. They'll get hurt early, get healthy right around playoff time, and then it'll be an amazing playoffs. I really hope the Astros win though. I know the Rangers won't. I'm a Rangers fan. I really hope the Astros win though, to shut up everyone. Because imagine if the Astros, all the shit that everyone's been talking, imagine if the Astros win the fucking World Series. That shit, people would lose their fucking minds. Would lose their fucking minds. And I would laugh the entire time. Because that shit would be fucking hilarious. Because they're like, oh, well, they cheated. They cheated against the Nationals, supposedly, and the Nationals still won. They also fucking cheated the year before that. They didn't even make it to the World Series. So they're still the 2017 World Series champions. Like, no matter if they bang trash cans, if they bang Jemama, whatever. I wish the Rangers would have fucking cheated. We'd have a World Series. Every team cheats. Every team cheats. Every player cheats. Just like when in the steroid era, every player did steroids. But everybody's still mad at Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds never failed a drug test while he played. His trainers gave him something that he put on. He didn't inject himself with steroids. He put on like a lotion or a cream or something on his arms. Whatever. Who cares? You can't tell me you were not watching Barry Bonds when he was hitting those fucking home runs. He was chasing the record. Everyone was watching that shit. I didn't even watch baseball at the time, and I was watching it. Like, everyone was keeping track of. Barry Bonds was saving baseball. And then the crazy thing is, they still kept giving him MVPs and Golden Gloves and Silver Slugger awards after they allegedly found out he was on steroids. So he's the greatest hitter of the baseball of all time. The greatest baseball player ever. Barry Bonds, I don't care. Babe Ruth can suck my nuts. And I don't please don't ever bring up fucking Mike Trout in the best player in the league conversation ever again. He's like fucking goddamn Clayton Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw does all that shit in the regular season, and then the playoff comes. First off, Mike Trout don't even make it to the postseason. He doesn't even make it to the first postseason, so I don't want to hear shit about fucking Mike Trout. He's played like one series in the playoffs and did absolutely nothing. So anyone that likes Mike Trout can suck my nuts. Shit. Mike Trout's a fucking regular season fucking stat stuffer. And then he's basically the fucking goddamn James Harden of the NBA. Put-ups of the MLB. Puts up astronomical numbers. And if he makes it to the playoffs, he does absolutely fucking nothing. And I don't want to hear it's a team sport or whatever. Fuck all that. He's trash in the playoffs. He doesn't even make it to the playoffs. But he takes the biggest contract of all time. He doesn't want to win. He doesn't care about winning. Everyone says Bryce Harper doesn't care about winning, but Mike Trout doesn't care about winning because he took all that money instead of saving money so they can get better players. Nope. He didn't do that. He said, fuck that. I'm going to get my own money. So, whatever. Tom Brady went to the Bucks. I'm excited to see that. Not excited for Tom Brady because I fucking hate that bitch, but I'm excited to see how he fails with the weapons and everything. I want him to fail, but no matter if he fails, everyone will be like, well, he was old, he was blah, blah, blah. They'll blame it on his age, but now they're blaming it on the weapons. Nobody wants to say that it's because he's fucking trash. And he played in a system that was amazing. A system that anyone could win in. Matt Castle. Y'all remember Matt Castle? Matt Castle was trash once he left the Patriots. Jacoby Brissett, trash. Jimmy Garoppolo, nah, he made a Super Bowl, but we all know that defense and that running game carried him. Because they definitely ran through my fucking Packers. Jimmy Garoppolo did nothing. So, it's a system that works. But no matter what, people are going to say Tom Brady's a GOAT, which I don't think he is. I don't think he's the greatest quarterback. He's the most accomplished, but I don't think he's the greatest quarterback. He's not better than Dan Marino, not better than Peyton Manning to me. He's not better than, obviously, AR-12, the real GOAT, fucking Aaron Rodgers. He's in my top 5, but he's not like the greatest to me as far as like just talent. He's not the most talented quarterback to ever play. I'd put Peyton Manning number 1, Dan Marino, Aaron Rodgers 3, and then Tom Brady, and I don't know who I'd put 5, but it definitely ain't Drew Brees. I'm sorry, Drew Brees is a bum. He's top 10. He's not top 5. He has no regular season MVPs. He can't be on that level. Not in my opinion. Like I wouldn't even really put him above like Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly was a beast. Went to 4 straight Super Bowls. Drew Brees hasn't been back since the Hurricane Katrina Super Bowl, because that's what I chalked that up to. Because like that was the whole storyline. Like the city has suffered. I don't care. Whatever. Anyways, we're gonna get into these topics. There's some good ones. How do you know that your significant other is cheating on you? Because she out hoeing. That's how you know. She out there being a hoe. No, I'm kidding. There's a ton of signs that you can pick up on as far as like how to recognize someone's cheating on you. They just don't do the things that they used to do. You know what I'm saying? They don't treat you the same way. They don't talk to you the same way. They don't do the same things. They don't do the little things. The little thing that made them special to you, or made you feel special to them. They don't do those anymore. Like, so they'll, like, for example, like they don't send you the good morning, good evening, good night text, I love yous, I was just seeing how your day was, just checking up on you throughout the day, calling you, the pet names and stuff like that. They're nitpicking the little things that you do. Stuff is annoying them a lot more frequently and a lot easier. Like they're getting easily annoyed by the things that you do, like stuff that didn't really bother them at first. Maybe they're going out more. Maybe they're hanging out with their friends more. They're spending less time with you. Y'all are doing less time. They're spending less time doing the things that y'all enjoy to do, doing together. Those are some telltale signs. Maybe y'all aren't kissing or having sex as much. Lack of sex is probably a more obvious reason. Not 100% the reason, but it's a good reason, because like sometimes, you know, work gets in the way and people are just tired. Because I remember there was a time where like I was just getting home super late when I was in 3-5, and I was getting home super late and I was just not in the mood. Like I was super tired, had a headache. I'd take like some Tylenol, eat dinner, and go to sleep. And I did that for like 3 weeks, like probably longer than that, but I did that like for the longest time. But yeah, that's just small things like that. They're just not doing the same things as they do. Maybe like their phone didn't have a fucking passcode on it, but now it does. So, you know, stuff like that. They like, or they get off the phone when they're around you, like, or they were on the phone, they hang up real quick or something like that. Like I said, not spending as much time at home, spending time other places and stuff like that. Those are some signs that you can pick up on. But you have to want to see them. You have to want to see them, because sometimes like your judgment is so clouded by the love that you have for that person, and you don't see them. Like, perfect example. When I was in high school, I was a sophomore in high school, right? And this is like the first time I ever really legit got my heart broken. And I was a sophomore in high school, and me and this girl had been dating since my freshman year in high school. And we had been arguing a little bit later, and it was around spring break time. So spring break comes up, and she messages me, she texts me, and she's like, you know, let's just take a break, and we'll start all over when we get back from spring break. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we don't talk to each other for the entire spring break, right? We get back to school, and like, just so you know, like everyone knew we were together. Everyone, teachers, students, principal, everyone knew we were together. And we did everything together. We were always together. Like we had stuff in each other's lockers. We'd meet up at each other's lockers and shit like that. We'd meet up after every class. We'd fucking meet up before and after school. Like we did all the little high school bullshit that everyone does, right? And so this day, the Monday after spring break, I'm looking for her and I don't ever see her. I don't see her the entire day until I want to say like fourth period or something like that. And I had to go up the stairs, and she was going downstairs. She's coming down the stairs, and I go to like reach out for her, like, hey girl, where you been? Like, I ain't seen you, I miss you, blah blah blah, I love you. And she like ghosts me, like she ghosts me, like walks past me like I'm not even fucking there, like I'm Patrick Swayze in fucking Ghost. You know what I'm saying? I was like, first off, you see this? Like I'm a whole ass snack. Ain't no way you don't remember this. Ain't no way you don't see this. The fuck? But like, needless to say, it was on my mind the entire period. Could not focus at all. So, but the next class we had together, so she had to see me. She had to see me that next class. And so I go back down. I had to get some books out of my locker. And as I'm walking up to my locker, I'm like, there's a fucking note in this goddamn locker. I know it is. I know there's a fucking note in this locker. And I open it up, hands shaking, heart pounding, fucking nuts getting tight. Open it up, fucking, and sure enough, there's a fucking note in this locker. And I open it up, and I don't remember what the whole thing said, but I just remember it's saying, when I said we should take a break, I meant we should break up. And when I tell you, it felt like I got kicked in my fucking nuts, dog, that was some real pain right there. I was for real heartbroken. Like, it felt like goddamn Scorpion from Mortal Kombat just stuck his fucking hand in my chest and pulled my shit out. Like, I was so heartbroken. But we had the next, like I said, we had the next class together, so I had to play it off. I went up in there, I'm joking and laughing with my friends. Deep down, I'm like staring at her every like 2 seconds, like, babe, why you do this to me? Why you do this to us? I thought we were supposed to be forever. And so, like, but me pretending that like I didn't care, I guess pissed her off, because she stormed out of the room, right? And like I said, everybody knew it was together. So the teacher comes up, Miss Alexopoulos comes up, and she's like, "What's wrong? Like, what's up with you guys?" And I'm like, "She broke up with me." And like it was like a big deal. Like it was a big deal, especially to me. And then so we had the next class together as well, and I changed my schedule to get in that class with her. So the one thing about this class is I didn't have any friends in this class at all. I didn't have any friends in this class, but her like 4 best friends was in this class. And so I go in there and she's not in the class. I go in, I sit down, her friends surround me, right? And so her friends surround me, and like they're like, "Oh, did you get the note?" And I'm like, "Yes, I got the note." And then they're like, "Okay, did you read it?" "Yes, I read it." And then they're like, "And you're not mad?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not mad. It's not my reason, not my fault that we broke up, right? So like I don't know why we broke up, but it's not my fault, so like I'm not mad." So later on I find out that she cheated on me, right? I found out that she cheated on me. This is later on down the road. And the perfect thing that happened that made like things a little more bearable was that, so it's spring break was in March and my birthday is in February, and usually my grandmother takes me shopping for my birthday. And so, but she didn't, because like she had some things going on, so she couldn't give me that weekend. So like the next time I went to my dad's house, she took me shopping. I got a whole new wardrobe, right? So I came back clean as hell. Came back, new shoes, new clothes, everything, clean as hell. Which was a big deal in the middle of the school year, right? Because everybody just trying to make what they got at the beginning of the school year last. And I come with a whole new wardrobe right after a breakup, the week after the breakup. And so it was like, "Oh damn, Craig came back to school fresh after the breakup." And I was like, yep. And I had a whole new attitude after that, like, because before I was like super shy, like I didn't cheat because I was just too shy to even talk to her. I was barely confident enough to talk to her when I asked her out. And then like I said, everybody knew it was together, so it's not like I could have got away with nothing. And then I didn't curse, like I didn't curse at that point. I was just a good human being, but like that quickly changed after that. Like my whole persona changed after that. Like you know how like when you was playing Pokemon as a kid, you was playing Pokemon Fire Red on Game Boy, and you had Charmander, and you finally got this motherfucker to evolve, and that motherfucker, like the song was like, "Oh, Charmander's evolving into," and it's like fucking glitchy, and then the music's playing in the background and it turns into Charmeleon. Yeah, that was me. Like it was a picture of me, and it's like, "Oh, Craig's evolving," and it's like flickering, and a fucking picture of a German Shepherd popped up, turned into a whole ass dog out here. I ain't give a fuck about nobody or their feelings after that. Like fuck that. Like I started cursing out, like people would bring her name up. I'm like, man, fuck that bitch. Like I mean that was just me being hurt and me trying to play it off, but like I became like I didn't care about nobody's feelings after that. Like after that, like I talked to anybody and everybody, every female I could meet, like I talked to. I wasn't sleeping together. I wasn't that lucky. Like I ain't have that much game, just be dicking bitches down. But people thought I was, so I guess that was a good idea or a good thing. But yeah, so like I later found out that like she cheated on me, and she was like, "Well, he bought me things, like he gave me roses at church, and he always bought me nice things that I liked, and blah blah." And I was just like, "Bitch, I'm fucking poor. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, it's not like I choose not to buy you things. I cannot afford them. I cannot afford them. My family does not have money. Like, we don't have money. We barely pay bills. Like what the fuck you mean? I'm eating ramen noodles at the house tonight. Fuck you mean? Like I don't understand. Like that was the most shallow reason I've ever been broken up with, and that shit affected me a lot because like growing up, it made me overcompensate when I did get a girlfriend. I used to just buy my girlfriends everything because I thought that's what women wanted to make them stay, which was fucking insane. This is a ridiculous way of thinking. So for her, you know, fuck you for fucking up my whole psyche and my way of thinking that relationships work because I was too broke to buy you fucking shit at the age of 15. I didn't have a fucking job. I didn't have a car to get to a job, and my family didn't have money. The only reason I stayed in Mo City, I moved to Mo City, is because my grandfather was killed on the job and they got a settlement. So we were able to move into a nicer neighborhood. Like, it's not like my parents had like nice fucking jobs and they could just afford to buy me shit all the time. No. Like, I didn't get my fucking driver's license until I was 20 years old in the Marine Corps. Like, I didn't have fucking money, but you know, that shit just pisses me off just thinking about it right now. The fact that like you could break up with someone just because they can, like, not that they choose not to, but they just actually cannot afford to buy you nice things. And like, it's not like I never gave her anything. Like when I saved up, because all I had to do was like, all I could do was save up my lunch money. So like starve myself at school to buy her things, and that's all I could do because I didn't have money. So I would save my money and try to buy her nice things. Like Valentine's Day came and they had like the little carnations that they sold for $1 at school. I bought her like 5 of those because you know how many days of lunch I had to miss? How many meals I missed? Like, come on, dog. But yeah, like, and the crazy thing is I missed all the signs leading up to that, which brings us back to the topic. Like, I missed all the signs. Like, we stopped, like, before the spring break, we didn't see each other as much. Like, you know, she'd always have like an excuse for why she couldn't see me, like, oh, I was back studying, asking the teacher something, blah blah blah. Or we didn't kiss as much, we didn't hold hands as much. Like, I don't even think we kissed like the last day that I saw her before the breakup. And so like, but I thought about all that prior, like afterwards, after the fact. But prior to that, I didn't even think about none of that. Like, I wasn't even like paying attention to that. It didn't, because I was thinking like I was a dumb 15-year-old that thought he was in love, and I was like, oh, we gonna be together forever. Like, no, fuck you, fucking dumbass clown. No, that's not how it fucking works. It's fucking silly rabbit. No, I was out here tricking. That's what that shit made me do. I was out here tricking for these hoes, buying chicks Jordans and shit. Like when I first got in the military and I first like had my own job and my own like way to get my own money. Oh man, I was buying my girlfriend every fucking thing. Jordans came out, she had it. Coach purses, Coach shoes, fucking jewelry, all kind of shit. Like, I was buying it for what? Paying her cell phone bill. I was out here tricking. Never again. Never again. No, sir. I'm sorry. Either you throwing that ass back, or you're not getting shit. The fuck? So, not saying it's a requirement, but don't be expecting to get gifts for free. That's not how things work. Nothing in this life is free. Throw that ass back for a real one, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, oh, no, another sign, posting that person on social media. If that person does, like, if that person usually like posts you on social media and they stop all of a sudden, that's a sign that maybe, or they delete your pictures and stuff like that. That's a sign that maybe they're cheating. Or if they never post you and you ask them to, like if they just refuse to, that's a sign as well, because that means they're probably entertaining people, or they don't want anyone to know that you're in a relationship together. I mean, at the same time, you know, it's not gonna stop anyone, but like posting your significant other on social media like lets them know that you are in a relationship. Like, I'm not saying you gotta post a million pictures of it. I'm not saying that. You don't have to do that. But 1 or 2 pictures is not gonna hurt nobody. It's honestly not gonna hurt. Just to let people know, because at some point in a relationship, you have to make it known that you're with someone. Like, you're not gonna just you're just not gonna like not let people know that you're in a relationship, and then 2 years later, you married. Like, come on, dog. That shit don't make no sense. You gotta let people know. Because then dudes gonna be hopping in chicks' DMs and all this other shit. And some people are strong or whatever, but let that dude start slipping in the regular things like we were talking about earlier, the regular things that they were doing, the regular things that you liked and stuff like that. then that's just gonna open that door. Because at the same time, dudes already don't know that you in a relationship, so they're gonna be coming at you hard, like, you know what I'm saying? And then you posting like weird shit like, oh, I don't need a man, or blah blah blah. That's just gonna make them go harder. Like, oh, she's single, she need a man. She say she don't need a man, but she want a man. Because every dude think they can get every chick. Every dude think they fucking Mick Jagger, but you know they not. Then you got shit like, oh, you know, another sign, like maybe like, and don't always assume like, so when you find out that that person's cheating, right? You find out that the person's cheating, do some self-reflection. Like that's the key. That's one of the things that you really need to do, is do some fucking self-reflection, right? Because maybe it's something that you either did or did not do. Maybe something that you did prior that you're no longer doing. Like maybe y'all were a fit couple, right? Y'all always went to the gym. Y'all worked out together. Or when she met you in the gym. But now you don't go to the gym. Now you fat, you sloppy, you nasty, whatever. Or ladies, you had a baby. No one's gonna hold that against you. Me personally, I would never hold you having a baby against you. But there comes a point in time where you can no longer use that baby as an excuse for why you are not back in the gym and why you're not taking care of your body. Because a lot of women like to do that. Like, oh, I had a baby. Yeah, that baby 5 now. You know what I'm saying? He got a job. Like that baby's 27. He in college. Still working on baby weight. Y'all hang on to baby weight like y'all hang on, like women be trying to hang on to their baby hair. You grown. You 34. Ain't no more baby hair. Fuck you talking about? But like, there's no excuse for you to be like not working on yourself. There's no excuse not to be in the gym. There's absolutely no excuse. Like, I got to a point, like you should get to a point where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I'm not happy with where I am, with what my body is. You should make a change. Don't just say you're not happy. Just do something about it. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. Just do something about it. If you don't like it, just do something about it. Like when I was in 3'5", I got up to like 184 pounds, bad weight, because I was just eating pizza, sitting in my room, watching Netflix and playing video games. And I wasn't really going to the gym outside of regular PT. And that's not enough to keep you in shape. So then I got to Japan, I got to Okinawa, I bought me some supplements, and I went to the gym, and I went to the gym all the fucking time. And I didn't have a partner. Well, Service was my partner, but he fucking quit after like the first week. So I would go to the gym by myself, and that's how I developed a routine for myself, because everybody's routine does not work for everybody. Like, I do every muscle group every time I go to the gym. Like, I start with legs, go to chest, then I do back and shoulders, then I finish with arms and abs. Like, that's how I work out every time I go to the gym. And it works for me. It does not work for everybody. But at the same time, doing set muscle groups every day, like doing a chest, like bis and tris, or a chest and back, like shit like that, it doesn't work for everybody as well, because it doesn't work for me. I don't like being sore. So when I do legs every day, my legs are no longer sore. I don't lift heavy. I don't squat heavy every day, but like my legs aren't sore after that. So there's no excuse for you not to go to the gym. If you want to make a change in your body, you have to make a change in your mindset. Like your mindset of this is okay, or I'll go tomorrow. If anything, 2020 has taught you anything, don't wait till tomorrow to do anything. Like since 2020 has happened, I've gone back to starting my podcast that I've been talking about for like 2 years now. Started my podcast, and here we are. I said I wanted to reach 400 squat. If coronavirus hadn't happened, I would have been well on my way to reaching 400 squat. I was at 375 when the coronavirus hit and they shut down the gyms. So there's no more of me waiting to do anything. I say I want something, I do it. And it's never too late. You can't say like, oh, I'm too old. You're never too old to do anything. Never too old to do anything. Do whatever you feel like doing. But like making a change in your body, don't wait for a New Year's resolution. Shit, start today. Like your New Year's resolution, the year is still new, still early. I know with coronavirus, I feel like it's goddamn December, but it's not. It's March. So y'all can still fucking, don't wait for, I hate the New Year's resolution. Because y'all crowd the fucking gym for 3 straight weeks and then you fucking quit. I don't have a problem with the gym being crowded, but I hate when the gym is crowded with people that I know aren't going to be there for an extended amount of time. I like the gym being crowded with like regulars, like people that I see all the time. So when they see me, they're like, what's up? Because they see me in there all the time. Not crowded with like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he fucking doing push-ups with the cables? Like those type of people that are never in the gym, come in there dressed super extra to draw attention. Those are the people I hate. But I got a little off topic. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Fucking, yeah, stuff like, say, like you cooked and now you don't cook no more. Or you used to tell them how special they were and they tell them sweet things. I'm not saying that these are excuses for white people cheat. I'm just saying if there are changes that you made in your routine that made that person feel special and made that person fall in love with you, you have to keep those things up. You can't, it's like the sex, bruh. You can't be giving her, like, if you was giving her game 7 of the NBA Finals dick on day 1, then you got to give her game 7 every time. You can't be giving her October 31st game 1 of the regular season dick no more. That's what you, like, you put the bar too high. If you was doing backflips in the bedroom, suspended from the goddamn ceiling fan and all that other shit day 1, then that's what you're going to expect every time. You set a bar that was too fucking high for you to maintain. Shit, you better get your ass back and you better go read some books, find some new material, whatever. Because, fucking Jody over there, he giving her game 7 dick. He don't even see her that often. So, of course, every time you see her, you're going to give her game 7. It's game 7 dick. MJ from the free throw line, game 6 against the Utah Jazz. That's what he giving her every time. While you over here giving her goddamn Steph Curry in the finals. Non-existent. You better figure it out. I'm sorry. You can't set the best. You can't give her game 7 dick every time. You have to set a level that is achievable on a regular basis. Like give her like Christmas Day dick, like Christmas Day in the NBA. Like people that don't watch the NBA don't understand these analogies, but Christmas Day in the NBA, like that's up tempo. Like that's a playoff feel, but it's not a playoff game, so you don't take it too serious. But it's pleasurable. And then every once in a while you can give her like regular season dick. But then every once in a while you gotta give her game 7. You gotta give yourself wiggle room. You can't top it. You can't start at the top of Mount Everest and then like expect to go to like the hill over in the park and that gonna be okay. You can be taking her skiing and fucking all this shit, taking her to Big Bear, seeing the snow, seeing the mountains, watching sunsets all the goddamn time. And then next time you're like, you know, I don't want to do that. Let's watch a fucking Netflix special. No, because that person's gonna expect that. If you set a bar for someone of how your relationship is going to be, because y'all be trying to impress motherfuckers and shit like that, don't be trying to impress people. Just be the person that you are, because if the person that you are is the person that they're going to fall in love with, that person falls in love with you, and it's not going to even matter what you do from that point on. Because you set a bar for yourself that was obtainable and sustainable, so that way, like, you don't have to keep trying to outdo yourself. Because they know what to expect from you. I'm not saying slack off. And I'm not saying try to one-up yourself every time. But you have to make something that's sustainable. Like put your best foot forward. Like, that's why I say, like don't try to impress people when you first meet them with something that's not obtainable. You, like, going out. Like, don't take her to don't take her to Ruth's Chris Steaks the first night. Because she gonna expect that every time. Like, it's $200 every time you walk in that bitch. It's $200 just to breathe in Ruth's Chris. It's the best steak you gonna ever have, but it's fucking expensive. First off, if she too good for McDonald's, you shouldn't be with her in the first place. I'm sorry. Any chick that's too good for McDonald's is not the person for me. I'm sorry. Because every once in a while, I want a 20-piece chicken nugget. And I want them to give me extra sauce. If she too good for Jack in the Box tacos, then I don't want her. Because when I get lit, like, and I'm hungry, if she too good for Little Caesars pizzas, we done. We can't even be talking. Like, I'm sorry. We're not in the same stratosphere. We're not on the same level. You too good for me. You're not too good for me. But you think you're too good for me. So, you can be gone with all that bullshit. Set a bar that's obtainable. And then you keep working, and then you give them surprises. Because everything you do above that bar that you set is now something, like, it's special to them. Like, if you give her 3 dozen roses and send her chocolates and make a fucking custom mixtape for her every Valentine's Day, she gonna want that every time. So the next time you get her a goddamn teddy bear and some chocolates, she gonna be like, motherfucker, what the fuck is this? Better take your ass back to the store and get the rest of my gifts. So I don't know. You gotta set obtainable goals for yourself. Then like men, we need to remember that we're kings and we need to be treated as such. We need to take care of ourselves like we're kings. We need to take care of ourselves like the apex predators that we are. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop thinking that it's not okay, to be like masculine, that it's not okay to like show dominance, because it's not okay to disagree, because that's what a lot of society has told us now. Like if we don't disagree with something, like they call our masculinity toxic masculinity, which makes no fucking sense to me, because you still want us to be providers, you still want us to be protectors and shit like that, which takes masculinity. Like, but it's shunned upon when we have an opinion that's different from, like, that we get called that we're slut shaming or we're misogynist or something. Any opinion that's different from a female perspective, like we're oppressors and stuff like that. No, I just have an opinion because I'm an adult that pays bills, that lives my own life the way I want to live it. Like, that doesn't make me a misogynist. That doesn't make me toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to live our best life. We have to take care of ourselves, treat ourselves. Never think you're too good to treat yourself to something, to take care of yourself, like to get your eyebrows done. I haven't got mine done. You know, coronavirus getting me all fucked up right now, but get manicures and shit like that, because we're told that's like less masculine. No, it's not. It's taking care of yourself. You can still be masculine and get your eyebrows done and get manicures and shit like that. It's called good hygiene, actually. But then also, don't settle for being told that you're toxic because you don't agree with someone's lifestyle. You like, we live this life. This is freedom of speech. We live this life in order to have a difference in opinion. You know what I'm saying? So just because your opinion differentiates from someone else's doesn't make you, like, men, toxic, because women disagree with us all the time. It's okay for them to disagree. It's okay for everyone to disagree, but men, we're supposed to be set in our ways and being told that we have to think a certain way, because, like, if a man is against his son being homosexual, or is against his son being transgender, it's because we're homophobic, we're transphobic, or whatever, because we have toxic masculinity, and also, like, the way men view females is based on rape culture, because we view women sexually, even though women view men sexually. They just don't materialize it into words and actions and stuff like that. Men are more open about the way they feel about women, or the way they view women when they see a woman that they like and that are attracted to, which makes no fucking sense to me. If I see a girl with a fat ass, I'm a look. I'm gonna look. Just like if a woman sees a dude that she thinks is attractive or something like that, she gonna look. She gonna look, and the dude gonna be like, oh, she looking at me, I'm gonna go talk to her. But let a woman not be attracted to that man, then all of a sudden it's rape culture. It's like, it's unwarranted or whatever. He don't even have to approach you. Nowadays, you could just look at somebody and they can say that they feel sexually harassed. 100%. It's insane. Like, the things that you can get in trouble for nowadays as a man. Men are never protected. We're not protected. Man can get slapped upside his goddamn head by a woman. It's a lose-lose. You hit a woman, you go to jail. You get your ass whooped by a woman, you got your ass whooped by a woman. You stronger than her. You should have fought off. With what? Because the moment I put my hands back on her, no matter what I did, I could have just grabbed her. She can say, oh, he hurt me. Because that's how it is. You yell at a woman, is domestic violence. A woman could slap you all upside your head, beat the hell out of you, spit on you, whatever. 9 times out of 10, like, nothing gonna really happen to her. But let you do the same thing to a woman, boy, you going to jail. Boy, they gonna hem you up, paint the scarlet letter on you, you done. But that's how it is. Man, we need to know that, like, we are kings. We need to be treated as such, and never take nothing less from a woman. Don't just fall for any woman just because you think she cute or whatever, and you think she fine and all this other stuff. You want to be with her, and this is what she like. You think this is what she gonna like. Nah, fuck all that. You show your dominance, you show your masculinity, you fucking treat yourself like the king you is, that woman gonna like you no matter what, just because of the way you present yourself. a real woman gonna like you like that because of the way you present yourself. Some simp ass woman, she gonna feel too intimidated by you, and she not gonna want you. And if she don't want you, then she don't want you. I guarantee the women outnumber us. Women outnumber us. So like the fact that like just because that woman don't like you, somebody else gonna like you. Somebody else gonna be feeling that. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So never sell yourself short. Fuck all that. Women, like, it's gonna be a woman out there that like you, that like you for the confident man that you is, the confident king that you are. Put that crown on. Wear it around, wear it proud. Never be ashamed of for what you is. King. Never, like, and it's some simp ass dudes out there that like they get the woman because they do what the woman want. Like the same man, they'll be like you say, hey guys, we about to go hang out with the dudes, we about to hang out with the fellas, and it's a dude to say, oh, I gotta go ask my old lady. You gotta go ask. I'm sorry. I thought you was a human being in a free country. You gotta go ask somebody if you can do something. No. Now there's a difference between I'm about to go let her know, or maybe she has something planned. That's something different. If she got other plans and she already had these plans in place, then you know, run it by her like, hey, do you mind if instead of us doing this, I do this? But for you to go ask like permission, like you a child, the only person I ever asked permission from was my mama. My mom and my grandmother. And I'm the only women I've ever asked permission to do anything. Everyone else, I'm gonna run it by you. Like I'm gonna hit you with like I'm about to do this with the fellas or whatever. But ask you permission, no sir. Never. Never. I would never let no woman have no control over me like that. Because if a woman got control over you like that, then she run your life and she gonna take advantage of it when she wants to. Because she know like she got the things that you desire. If you worship her like that, if you worship sex with her like that, then she got you. No. Never let nobody hold that against you. Never let nobody hold that over you. Same thing with women. Women, don't be letting no man hold that, like just because his sex good or whatever. Don't be letting him hold that against you and making you do things that maybe you're not comfortable with or some shit like that just because like you think it'll please them. No, fuck that. That's why I always tell people, watch who you have kids with. Because just because you the sex was good that one night, she to have them kids and then you don't want her no more, and then she used them kids against you, the judge gonna always rule in her favor every time, and now you got to deal with that for the next 18 years or however many kids you got for however long until you ain't got to pay child support no more, and she gonna use that every time just because you didn't want to be with her. Whatever. That's why I could never pay me in cash because I ain't paying no child support. I'm sorry. No, you're not using that against me. Nobody gonna tell me how to take care of my kids either. Ain't no judge gonna tell me how much I should give my kids. I would also never not take care of my kids though, so that's kind of null and void. Like no matter if I was ordered to pay child support or not, I'm still gonna give money to my kids. I'm gonna take care of my kids. My kids never gonna have without, just based off the way that I was raised. My kids never gonna live a life without something. So I don't know. But like never fucking have kids with somebody that you not planning to spend the rest of your life with. And even if you don't have to spend the rest of your life with. My parents was only married for 4 years and they had me and my brother, but and I saw what my dad went through with my mom. Just make sure it's with somebody that you are willing to deal with for the entirety of your life. Because when you have kids with somebody, it's like they say like it's till that kid's 18, but you have to deal with that because when that kid goes off to college, stuff like that, they go to graduate college, you're gonna see them again. They get married, you're gonna see them again. Grandkids being born, you're gonna see them again. They go to the hospital, they sick, you're gonna see them again. You always gonna see that parent again. You're gonna have to deal with that parent again, no matter what you think and how you feel about them. That's why I say get with somebody that you can stand for the rest of your life. Someone that's on the same wavelength that you. Don't just be having chicks or having kids with motherfuckers just because they fine or you seen them at the club. Same thing with women. Like, don't just be sleeping with dudes just because you think they're attractive or they told you the things you wanted to hear. Because motherfuckers, a dude gonna tell you whatever the fuck you want to hear regardless. He gonna tell you what you want to hear to get in them draws. Shit, I've done it. I've done it. I've said some wild shit to fucking get the panty draws. Told bitches I love them. Didn't mean it. But I'm older and more mature now, so I wouldn't do that now, but back then, 100%. I'd tell you the sky was purple if I thought I could get in them panties. I'd tell you I was related to motherfucking Jesus. I was related to goddamn Malcolm X. Me and Martin Luther King was cousins. Like I'd tell you anything at that point. So like, don't be falling for it. But like at the same time, like I'm gonna always take care of my kids. Just being like the person that I am and the way I was raised and how my dad wasn't that much around because he was a fucking alcoholic. Like I never abandoned my kids and do to my kids what was done to me. So I don't know. Just make sure, like men, we're treating ourselves with the utmost respect, treating each other with the utmost respect. Raise up other kings. Tell them that they're fucking kings. Like, compliment them. Support their shit. Because if you don't, like, women not going to. They don't want to support nothing that's going to make them feel less than the man. And I don't care what women say. I don't care what they say. That's the truth. Women want to be empowered. They want to feel superior. And by all means, feel empowered, but never feel that you're above someone else. Like I never feel that I'm above another person just because of like they're a woman. No. Like I would never lose to a woman in a fight, but I'm never gonna think she's less than me as a human being. But when we come to throwing these hands, sorry, bitch, I gotta hit you with the rock bottom, Stone Cold Stunner. It's not gonna be a fair fight because I can't lose. I can't bear that shame for the rest of my life. I'm gonna hit your ass with a fucking steel chair if I got to. Don't care. But hey, it is what it is. Oh, and like men, don't be afraid to like say how you feel. Like when it comes to like controversial topics. Like somebody asked me about transgender athletes. I 100% don't agree with that. 100%. Transgender athletes, it should, like, if you were born a man, you should not be, and you transition into being a female, you should not be able to participate in women's sports. I'm sorry, you should not, because like a perfect example, there's a transgender woman that fights women in the UFC, and she is like literally cracking bitches' skulls she's not in the UFC, but she's in MMA. She's literally cracking bitches, like seriously hurting these women because she's transgender and she wants to be treated as a woman. But no, you got to pick a different profession, because no matter how much estrogen you take, you are still physically stronger than every woman that you fight. Like, and you can say what you want about Chris Cyborg and how she looks like a man or whatever, and how she is on steroids or whatever, but she was genetically born a woman. So like I 100% will never agree with like transgender athletes. No, because there'll never be a transgender woman, like a woman that transitions into man, that goes into combat sports. I promise you. And if she does, she gonna get dogs. Like she gonna get fucking dogs. Like she gonna get beat into oblivion, or he is gonna get beat into oblivion, just because there's a significant difference in strength and like muscle mass, just the way we are genetically altered when we're born. Like our DNA makes us a certain way. Like, yeah, there's female bodybuilders and stuff like that, but there's no female, like there's never going to be a woman that can lift as much as Eddie Hall. Like, that's just not the way that women were built. Their frames, their muscle mass, the way that we're designed as humans and separated by genders, like it's the way it is. So there's no way you're ever going to convince me that fucking a woman is going to be able to match the strength of a man, be able to compete in the same, and like female athletes are going to be able to compete on the same level as male athletes. It's just not the way that it works. Now, I'm not saying that like you can't be transgender. You just like, I just don't think you should be able to participate in sports. You should give up that, you should give up that right, that desire when you fucking transition, because it'll never be fair. It'll never be fair if you're a man transition into a woman and you go into women's sports, unless you go back to the regular sport that you were designated, like for the gender that you were designated at birth. Like if you're if they allow that, like if you're a man that transitioned into a woman but you compete against male athletes, okay, If you're a woman that transitioned to a man, but you competed against females, I mean, even that, because those women take steroids and like they take supplements, like you take some sort of medication supplements that helps you with your transition. So maybe you just shouldn't do sports at all. You should just say fuck sports. Find something else to do. You can like sports, but I don't think you'll be able to compete anymore. It just won't be a fair playing field for either side, in all honesty. So that's just like the female, the transgender track athletes. There were males that transitioned into females, and they were like breaking records for females in track. But they were still basic, like they were just much bigger, much like more developed muscles than the rest of the females. So whatever, I don't know. I just be talking. I just be fucking talking. But I think that's all I got for this week. I do have a lot of topics saved up from a lot of people, but I'm gonna save those for another episode. I still want to thank everyone for supporting the first 2 episodes, everyone supporting the podcast as a whole, everyone that listened, everyone that shared, everything. I love y'all so much. Support those that support you. See y'all next week.